Okay guys, so let's have a look at the jab, which is probably going to be the first technique you learn if you do a boxing class, kickboxing class, K1, etc. So I have my fight stance. Okay. For boxing specifically, you can have a slightly wider stance, and then for something like kickboxing or K1, this can be kind of in the middle, like so. Okay, my hands are up. My front hand is in front of my chin. My back hand is all the way right at the back here. Okay, and I like to slightly angle this front hand inwards, like so. Obviously, you can play around with it and find the perfect position that suits you. Believe it or not, the strike actually starts at the bottom. Okay, I twist my foot, my front foot, and notice that I twist my knee. It also twists my hip, engages my glutes and my core, and from here I can follow that force through my shoulder, through my elbow, and then into my strike. When I do my jab, ideally I like to strike with the center knuckle, like so. Okay, I want a straight line from my center knuckle through my wrist into my elbow, and for the jab you want it going all the way back to your shoulder. You want to avoid creating a bend in your wrist, because that's when you're going to get injured. I'm striking here like so. And notice when I'm striking, my backhand isn't dropping. That would be wrong. Okay? If you drop your backhand, there's this big space where your opponent can strike you. So when I strike, look, my secondary hand comes high to protect my head. Because if I am close enough to strike my opponent is also able to strike me if you're the same height and you have the same reach. Obviously, some people are taller and have longer reaches, but as we're doing a basic application, let's just have things be very basic. Okay, I'm here, my backhand comes up. I'm bending my knee, incorporating my hip. The force goes through my shoulder, and there's my strike. Notice I'm maintaining eye contact with where I'm striking. Okay, from here, I'm going to bring my hand all the way back to my guard. Let's not do this, where we deliver a strike, drop it down low, and then return. Again, there's that big space. And doing this is called triangulating, because I'm creating a triangle here. 1, 2, 3. There's the triangle. Let's try to avoid this. You don't have to twist your heel every single time. When I do this, my heel doesn't always come off the floor. Sometimes it's just the arm that goes out. Okay? It's not wrong, it's just a different variation. This one is more speed when my heel stays on the ground, or I might just be trying to find range. Okay? If I do this, I'm just trying to find my range. Okay? I'm not trying to deliver any damage to my opponent at all. Okay, I'm finding my range so I can set up another strike, be it a strike off my right hand or a kick. Okay. I'm moving around the bag, I'm moving my head, not excessively. I don't want to be coming all the way over here, okay, because it's going to be very easy for your opponent to deliver a knee strike or a head kick if you're doing kickboxing. I'm moving my head, but very subtly, side to side. I'm keeping my hands up, and when I'm ready, I deliver that jab. Once you learn this basic application, you can use the same punching mechanics, but deliver a strike to the body as well. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Just a straight one to the body. Notice if I'm doing multiples of this jab, like the combination I just did, which was jab to the head, jab to the body, and then jab back to the head. Notice I'm not coming all the way back, okay? I deliver my first strike. I come back 50% of the way, deliver the strike to the body, and then do that same 50% of the way, and then go back to the head, and return back to my guard. So I'm not doing this all the way in, all the way out, all the way in, all the way out, all the way in, all the way out, all the way in. I'm not doing that. It's all the way out, back 50. All the way out to the body, back 50. All the way out to the head, and then I'll return to my stance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to strike through the bag. I'm not just trying to make contact unless I'm finding range. I'm trying to strike through the bag. Okay? I'm not trying to go all the way over here, because now I'm off balance. I'm just trying to go 2 or 3 inches through my target and return back to my strong and stable guard. You can do it from a very basic stance like so, or you might switch it up and go for more of a boxing stance. When I do my boxing stance, my stance is slightly wider. And you can even bring this front hand down to protect my body like so. When I do that, I really exaggerate this shoulder, okay? Because I don't want to get knocked out here. I'm really exaggerating my shoulder, and my backhand is coming up. This is known as a Philly shell. Like this. My boxing stance is here. I'm level changing, I'm faking. My head is moving the whole time, I'm switching my stance. There's my jab. Slightly riskier, okay, because I have more distance to travel. Okay, I'm not just going from my chin to the bag and back. I'm striking with my starting point being all the way down here near my stomach. Okay, it's not wrong. It just means your opponent has more time to counter strike. I'm here. I have my Philly shell. When I'm ready, there's my jab. There's my 1, 2, 3 where I go head, body, head. There's just a 1, 2. There's my double jab. And then when you're ready, you can add in that right hand, okay? My jab is very commonly going to be to set up my backhand, which is my power hand. Yes, you can knock your opponent out with a jab, it's just not that common. Okay, so that's a basic application. Let's look at a variation where my foot doesn't really change position, and neither does my hip, it's just my shoulder. This jab is used to surprise your opponent, okay? It's used to catch them off guard. I'm here, I have my stance. I'm not really looking to deliver any sort of power, I'm just looking to surprise my opponent. I'm here, I'm almost throwing the jab, okay? I'm almost throwing it. As opposed to my hand being here, near my belly button, you can have your arm literally like hanging low like this. Okay? Your opponent is not going to expect this jab. I'm here. I'm just throwing it out. Okay? I'm trying to set up different strikes, be it a punch or a kick. There's my jab. I'm throwing it out and then I'm returning it back to that relaxed position. There it is. Look, it's fast. I'm nice and relaxed. I throw it out. I'm delivering a strike to my opponent's forehead, nose. And now back to our standard variation, where I twist at the foot, into the knee, into the hip. Okay, start off with this jab, and then add in the secondary jab. Now earlier, I said it's possible, just not very common, to knock your opponent out with the jab. It is possible. Let's look at one variation, which is the John Wayne Parr variation. Basically, he shifts his backhand to his front hand. Then he delivers the jab. Why is he doing this? He's doing it to create momentum, which generates power. I'm here in my fight stance. My backhand is going to become my front hand. Notice, my back heel is coming off the ground. From here, I go into my jab, and then I return back to my stance. Fast, it looks like this. Notice I'm kind of bringing this front leg up, and I'm stepping into the jab. Here. And you hear on the back, it's got more power. Okay, so you've got 3 variations of basic application. The jab where you're trying to surprise your opponent and just catch them off guard. And then the John Wayne Parr variation.